Hi guys. Surprise! I'm alive somehow. We're alive because I'm impatient. Ooh. We're gonna be playing the new quest, not the story one. We're playing the story one. Actually. Not the Is this an Archon quest? Yeah, this is an Archon quest. Shit. Actually, before we start that. Fuck! I shouldn't have done that. Surprise! Surprise stream. Hopefully it was a good scare. Did not mean to accept that quest, but it's fine. Hopefully it's a good surprise. I felt impatient. I couldn't wait anymore. Originally I was gonna wait until the next update where we get Venti's voice acting. But I'm impatient. I feel like if I wait any longer, I'm just gonna get spoiled. Actually, I'm definitely gonna get spoiled if I wait any longer. Sorry, Timmy. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Ooh, what the fuck is this? That's a funky way of putting it in story mode.
Wow, the city is all decked out. Oh, it's beautiful. Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
We heart Catherine in this chat. We love Catherine. No matter how many times she gets stabbed, she's always there for us.
Traveler. Paimon.
Hey, Catherine. Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
In general, yes.
I was really hoping this would be a Ludi Harpastum event. I'm not gonna lie.
But
Feel free to take a look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
take a look around, huh?
No one's out celebrating. The fuck?
It's finally Windbloom. And here I am ruining everything.
Ooh, that sounds cool. Treat yourself to a well, not free, but treat yourself to a rapier. Do some stabby stab fencing, yeah.
You're a bit tired. No big deal.
That was cringe. I apologize for
How about doing
that.
something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Stargazing? Like we'll find a spot. You know people start reserving places on Star Snatch Cliff the moment the sun goes down?
Whoa, something's off with Beatrice. She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn.
Oh, you're leaving?
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just need the truth.
Uh-oh, something up. Something's up.
What is it?
Never mind. It's nothing.
Huh? Wait. Are you saying we can't be...
Did you see that? Beatrice ran off without looking back. go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best friendship stories is already over?
God, I already want her to shut up.
So, is this what you
Kinks.
meant by unusual, Catherine?
This is just one example. Beatrice has been feeling down for days. But that's not all.
Oh, it's the honorary knight in Paimon.
What the fuck? Everyone's fucked up.
Is something wrong? You don't...
I know, a knight should be stronger than this. I started sleepwalking out of nowhere. Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing in a random location outside.
You should see a doctor.
I did, but all the tests came back Yeah, I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better.
Like Barbados is gonna do shit for your sleepwalking. And I know him personally.
Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see?
The fuck did you and Beatrice see?
Sorry, this is for me to figure out. It is when...
Huh. Is it something in the air, maybe?
It's so
Appears
quiet.
my phone is also out of sorts.
Where can I find a truly fascinating man?
She's not talking about Luke?
Wait, but Donna is the one who has a huge crush on D-Luke, right?
That's what I thought too. But
Is that Captain? Huh.
Donna, no!
How come I never felt this way before? Oh, no. Of course not.
Good question, Kaya.
He's being very direct about it. If I were him, I would completely ignored it.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master D, if I had to compare it to something, it would be like... But then I
But
saw
you're...
you, and it wasn't that...
Kaya's acting weird.
Well, surprised to see us?
It feels so weird without the voice acting, I'm not gonna lie.
not at all. Have fun, you three.
So, you said you were looking for us.
I never thought that voice acting would change change the experience of this game so much. It feels empty. I'm not fucking walking. Ah, fuck! I have to walk? The fuck is this bullshit? What do you mean I have to walk? These I need to hear these randoms being fully voiced. It's so weird. I'm not used to it. The damn collective work refusal or whatever. I know Venti's gonna be back for the next update, but I can't wait. I can't wait. My god, it's you.
Kaya, you found them.
Oh, Eula's voice. That's nice. That's nice at least.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa, headquarters are packed. What's going on?
Honorary Knight Paimon. Huh, it's an honor.
It's such an note and scary on it. Note. I bet he takes a lot of notes. And Scary on kind of sounds like sketch. I don't know. I'm just gonna call him Note and Sketch. Eula 4th, 9th.
Oh, you're
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll...
Suppose it makes sense that we'd have some NPCs for the captains. Cause it's just using, yeah, he's just using sign language. He's deaf now. It's part of his character now. Incidents in Mondstadt. Wrap up the case. I've gathered the captains. Hold a trial.
trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine. Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help? Right. He's the captain of the investigation team. But we didn't see him out there.
The irony is he's the captain of the investigation team, yet he's the one on trial. So who's investigating?
Albedo is the one on trial?
Damn, Paimon, already assuming he's guilty? Ooh, sparkle. They just had this like glitter effects all over the screen, and I was like, the fuck? Yeah, be polite. Be quiet, Paimon. Don't speak.
Oh, that's a new face. Deacon of the church.
We're just automatically assuming he's guilty. It could be another imposter. Oh shit. I forgot Kaya was gonna act as an attorney.
Ready to proceed. Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the Church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
You know what? That sounds like him.
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
No. There's no way.
Guys on some Chad shit. Interrupts a conversation by walking in a room, says nothing, leaves.
Please tell us what you saw.
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo.
So we're not gonna question whether... We're not gonna confirm that was actually him or not?
I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body. Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground. Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified.
Okay, we
thinking
didn't
he
see
might
his
see
neck.
me, too.
It could be a fake. It could still be a
He didn't
fake.
see me.
Turn to defendant. No, he's not voiced. Damn. Wait, fuck. It skipped too fast. I couldn't read it. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonia's headquarters. That's right, the next day, the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
This isn't looking good.
Oh shit, Dahlia's voiced. Objection, Your Honor. You wasn't even there to shut up. Yeah, shut the fuck up. You weren't there. You didn't see. You didn't see nothing. The crime that did occur as you described. What about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered? Yeah, who's to say she's making shit up?
Not yet.
So we're not even sure there was a body. Are you kidding me? In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious? Yeah, she could be making shit up.
I know what I saw. I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt?
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single men's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene.
But is that enough to convict someone of convict someone of murder of all things?
The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
Innocent until proven guilty, man. He could be just burying some experiment remains, or just like, and had some extra clothes, and some drunk guy might have left some clothes there. God knows Mondstadt is the land of drunkards. And yet no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime.
Well,
and she
maybe
has no reason to lie.
everyone asked how the murder performed, but never was the murder performed. Yeah, there could have never been a murder. It could have all been just like one big misunderstanding. And since there's no body, there's no confirmation that the murder ever occurred. Come on, man. Come on. At least find a body. You may believe otherwise, Miss Hertha, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, yet there's no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences.
But how can you ascertain that there was a conflict if you don't even know who the murder victim is? Therefore, you can't come up with a motive with that either.
Nevertheless, I don't.
You're just
intend to
pulling
trust
shit out of your
witnesses
ass.
on circumstantial evidence alone, which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge?
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery. I now call the second witness to the stand.
Oh?
Wait, that's...
Oh, shit. Around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of a body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any traces.
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
With his derp-ass face, yes! Objection, nuh-uh. Exactly, nuh-uh. There's like... Again, there's no mention of a body. So what murder? What fucking murder? I would only inquire as to what Mr. Leluc was doing in that area so early in the morning. Not the most opportune time for a stroll. Is there such thing? Dawn Winery is my home. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time. That's all. Master Leluc is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo, yet the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
That is... Okay, maybe that's a little sus. But who's to say that he didn't obtain this by completely normal and reasonable means? Careful now, Master Leluc. I believe I hear presumption of guilt there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition.
You're under arrest for the murder of someone, probably. Exactly. What do they charge him with? Murder? Because there was no murder. As far as I'm aware, the only thing he's guilty of is being as suspicious as fuck, but that's normal from him. He's always been pretty sussy.
Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
Yeah, but can alchemy even do that? So that's your angle. Alchemy. A logical assessment, but we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Miss Sucrose was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning with Mr. Albedo present. That's right, we were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
No, he was just hologrammed there. He was actually just like a hologram. Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie.
So we're just disregarding her alibi for him?
The whole time sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
So we're just gonna ignore. Look, these two are known weirdos. They love science. I don't think it's that unreasonable that they be up all night. Oh,
I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens.
I'll take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Sucrose. You don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount. Mr. Albedo. I see, then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand? Yes, I know claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There have been no mention of a motive or what exact method could reduce a human to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence.
She had a seizure for a second there.
I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
What makes their testimony any more credible? Exactly. Look, this could be an entire big misunderstanding. I mean, it could have been just like him doing some weird ass experiments that he is yet to explain or report. A correspondence. Uh-oh. That envelope does look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never
Uh-oh,
been the subject
Skedio.
of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Okay, maybe that's a little sus, but there's gotta be a perfectly reasonable explanation. Putrefaction and refinement.
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
I trust the investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting and that the letter makes more than a passing mention of putrefaction and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
Look, even if all this is true and he has a dead body, we cannot say that at worst we can't say that this couldn't have just been a case of him using an already dead body, and then in which case the worst he could be charged with was abuse of a corpse and theft. There's no credibility to this. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I've never studied to become a lawyer. The most experience I've had is watching true crime videos, but literally there's no mention. There's no evidence that he actually killed someone other than like having like bones and mentioning death in a letter correspondence to somebody.
No, it can't be true.
I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved,
Like, well,
that
if
is
we're
what
gonna
our
court, I'm gonna
principles
bring the
demand.
basketball and be
My
like,
original
oh, that
assessment
kind of
was
court.
blocked said evidence.
I mean, who's to say that you can't play basketball in a court of law? Who's to say that you can't throw hoop or play hoops in a court of law? I mean, it could be a case where like if you lose, if you win, you're proven innocent and you get to go home.
But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
So we're all just in agreement that. So we're just gonna say that, oh yeah, he definitely did something. He killed them. Yeah, he killed him. Killed this random people that we don't have a corpse of, just pieces of human remains that have been aged rapidly. Fuck. 1v1 pickup game with the judge for my freedom. Wait, so just like that. It all comes back to that letter. A secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt have yet to discover.
Why would Albedo do something like that?
Albedo told me a secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? But what? Following Rhine-daughter's footsteps just because he's an alchemical creation? That would only make him more suspicious. Well, this took a turn for the worse.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
It's so unfortunate that she's the only one voiced. I've been here the whole time. I just happened to have a message to pass along. Hi, Belle! Monokuma has run more fair trials than this. Like, literally. Kai is a shit lawyer, I'm not gonna lie. He didn't even argue back. He didn't fight back. You're needed at Star Snatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You'll know when you get there. Go on now. Time is like the wind, waits for no one. Hi, Belle. We're playing the new Archon quest in Genshin. Okay. Shadows amidst the snowstorm. Okay, second Albedo. That's basically it. I have to climb all the- I have to go all the way over there. Fuck. See, why couldn't they put a waypoint closer to the top? That's what I want to know. You should. It seems really interesting so far. Punk ass bitches. Man, I miss having easy enemies. I haven't been in Mondstadt in so long. I haven't had a reason to, so I've just mostly been sticking to like Natlan and occasionally Fontaine. But damn, Mondstadt is so pretty. I don't think I've come since the Lantern Rite event. Even then, it was pretty brief for like a couple minutes on this cliff. Oh my god, Venti! It's my boy! Ah, Maribou, Paimon, I could hear your arrival upon the wind. Were you looking for me?
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Dahlia's design is very nice, but for some reason, his voice doesn't match his appearance. So I always get a little shocked when I see him and with his voice.
Whoa, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is, what is his name?
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
Hi, Panda! Thank you for joining. I'm unsure. I'm not a fan of Dahlia's voice actor. Or Dahlia's voice. It just doesn't fit. I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion.
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your mind, so I thought we should have a chat. After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Wait then. You know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Well, I knew from the moment Ryan Dollar and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off. The Created Prince, a perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive. His true identity is a potential weakness.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Shit, now I can't unhear that. I can't unhear Ash Ketchum. Fuck. Now I can't now I can't unhear it. God damn it. God damn it, Grass.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help out your friend. Me, well, I know that Albedo is a synthetic being, and that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Windbloom should be about drinking and having fun.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
You share your observations with Venti and Dahlia.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel said fate, cruel may be, were it not for a hero who could set us free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
Oh, just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least that's what Barbados would say. You are Barbados! The fuck? A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the Seven know better than to tamper with fate. If only there were a brave soul willing to aid their friend in their time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
I kind of want to hear that now. I want him to say it. Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right? You still have to help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise. Behold.
Paimon remembers that Jumpy Dumpty.
Oh boy, it's Alice. Of course it is. Don't worry, I removed the fuse, so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodoko communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
Oh, I remember this from the first summer event. Before we went to Inazuma. Oh my god, it's so nostalgic. It's so nostalgic. I miss that. I missed the summer event. I can't wait till the next one. Though they haven't been as good lately. I miss the islands. We're old pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days. Anyway, this invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, this will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we chat. That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you have to win on your side. Alright, time to go back. I'm not walking all the way there. Whee! I like that they added these things. They're so pretty. Nah, I don't think it was intentional, cause That thing has been here since, probably like before 2.0, I think. I know you all must be shocked, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation's not looking good. What evidence? Literally, what evidence? All you have is like a box of bones. That's all you have. You have a box of bones and a couple of witnesses.
Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
A version of events is hard for me to accept as anyone, but Varka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? A private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Jean!
Maribou Paramon, perfect timing. Kaya has a favor to ask. Like Jean said, after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me, but I need you two to start investigating the case. Was this not already thoroughly investigated? Like, do we know where everyone is? We know where he was traveling? Do we not already know everything? And yet we still decided to hold a trial? Are you kidding me? Yes, it's also time for you to get involved. Are you sure? We're just adventurers after all. Well, as honorary members of the Knights of Favonius and Albedo's friends, Kai and I already have put an official involvement in this case. We need a fresh pair of we need a pair of fresh eyes. I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of a doubt. I guess as long as you claim there's indisputable evidence, everyone will agree with you. Yeah, like literally, they don't have anything. And this is not my totally not very biased ass showing. I'm totally not incredibly biased towards. Hello, thank you for the follow. This is totally not it's totally not my bias showing. I'm totally not biased. Nope, not biased whatsoever. Indeed, the best pasta. I love wood in my pasta. I love woody pasta. It gives that like that oaky flavor.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Then I'd be like, damn, oh well. Then you'll have done Mondstadt a great service all the same. Oh god, we got another grass. We got another grass in the chat. I expect the puns to keep coming at a gradual rate that is acceptable to you. I'm expecting a retrial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Albedo's office on the second floor. I'm counting. Oh my fucking god, we get to go to the second floor. I got so excited I became disorientated for a second. Oh my god, there's this third floor? Damn, can't go to the third floor.
Wait, Captain Kaya!
These two are here on Jean's orders. She asked them to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
Yep, just head on in. We don't need to see identification or
Pretty much exactly
ID
how
or
I
proof that you are who you say you are. Alright, I have some work to take over on my own. Leave it to you. Good luck.
right back at ya.
Peace! I'm not gonna help at all. Fuck y'all. It's nice to have someone to build off of. everything's treason. That's why Albedo got arrested. He committed treason.
Let's see what we can find.
Ooh, there's a whole cussing thing. There's a stack of books on the desk, mostly related to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols, and others have S-shaped or triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy.
It has a symbol on it. This little flower. Oh, you can just drag. Investigate the look on the desk. A lockbox sits on the desk. The latch bears signs of wear, suggesting the importance of whatever lies within. The box likely remained locked most of the time. But now the lid remains wide open, as if the owner was forced to leave in a hurry and didn't have time to lock it. Perhaps the letter intercepted by the investigators was once stored here. The remaining contents shouldn't hold much weight as conclusive evidence, but you get a strange feeling about reviewing them. In elegant penmanship, the letter reads, "In addition, I do happen to have some information on the subject of our last discussion. The materials and arcane formation required for human transmutation. The formations in these records likely originate from the Conrian art of alchemia, but blah 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 blah. But that does not mean I support your pursuit of this research. Ethics aside, I'm not convinced that it's even possible to create a human whose existence is identical to our own. The idea that the dynamic of creator and creation could exist within the same species is cause for concern. Even with a talent like yours, I must urge you to proceed with caution." Okay, so it's just Ryan daughter, probably. Treason? Who's the tree's son? It's me. I am the tree's son. Ah, it's me. Hi, I'm the tree's son. That's why I've been accused of so many crimes, because I am tree's son.
Human transmutation? Is Albedo seriously looking into that?
Well, maybe he's investigating the secret imposter that appeared during the last last event that was with him. You don't know.
Ooh, Paimon doesn't want to think about that.
Doesn't look good, but this letter can't directly prove that Albedo did anything. Besides, a technique like that must be too dangerous to share with the public, right? That's why it has been brought up during the trial. Investigate the test tubes. There's a test tube on the shelf with black powder residue at the bottom. Next to it lies a neatly written note. Chalk. It's the next stage after soil, but the current available materials are still insufficient to construct a stable structure.
Nope, no idea what that means. Not sure if it's too hard for Paimon or too hard for anyone outside this line of work.
Ooh, there's more? Research notes. As always, the penmanship is impeccable, careful and neat, blah blah blah. Words are very hard. Like, I see the words, I understand the words, in my head I can read them, but in my mouth just doesn't want to say it. One of the notes reads, "Putrefaction should be regarded as counter-simulation to the process of life, like a highly efficient destructive spell." A highly efficient and destructive spell of rot. Upon use, the target will decay within an extremely short period of time, turning it to dust that is nearly invisible to the naked eye before dissipating into the air. A stable structure so stable. I mean, could be. Could be. Okay, nothing new, nothing new.
Human transmutation? It's all. Ooh.
Is there anything else? No. Then we can end. Hi, Noah! Me when I Genshin my impact or something. I haven't played the game. You gotta impact your Genshin a lot in order to get good at this game. I investigated the desk. What more do you want from me?
Alright, let's see what we.
It's subtle, but to an experienced adventurer it sounds too hollow. Like there's a compartment within the desk. Ooh! Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! I don't know why, but my first thought was like, we apply Geo, and then the desk, the drawer just shoots out and hits the traveler in the face. I don't know why, but that was my first thought. The hidden compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. Ooh, paper. Festering is also a manifestation of rot. When festering forces and a sufficient amount of life energies collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in an alchemical experiment, the results of the refinement were startling. Breaking through the shackles of life, the simulation of the blank project, I must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
The note mentions festering forces, which suggests Dragonspine could be involved somehow. If this has something to do with creating synthetic life, would Albedo go that far for one of its experiments? No, can't be. The fucking note is just floating in midair. Not even on the desk or anything, not being held or anything. It's just floating. Truly a product of alchemy. Amid the notes is a map with a few markings on it. Two of the marked locations correspond to the crime scene, and the third appears to be in Dragonspine. It's a hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the joint investigation are correct, there could be a body hidden in the last location, or at the very least what remains of one.
Huh. What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location? Alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found.
This isn't looking good at all.
Oh, Vent is calling. Let's answer.
How's the investigation going? Find anything?
Oh, we found stuff alright. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
Look, Albedo was kind of suspicious even before the murder. We can't just go up to say, oh, it just makes Albedo even more suspicious. He was suspicious by default, even before, like, his natural state of mind, his natural state is suspicious. So, I don't know what else we're expecting. I see, so Albedo's researching something that doesn't help his case, huh? You share what you learned with Venti. Not promising. We should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he's one of Wright and Daughter's creations, There'd be no separating him from her past. As we both know, Written Daughter's approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness, and the evidence you just found, let's just say, wouldn't convince even those closest to him of his guilt. Perhaps even you. I don't think the handwriting was faked. Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo? I do! I absolutely do! My whole heart, I trust him. I trust him.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith.
He could stab me in the stomach and I would still trust him.
And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right?
Spoken like a true simp.
Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means that coming to a conclusion presented by the facts. Does that mean even Venti no longer believes in him? Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned.
Oh shit, Miles!
Miles?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
My boy's just trying to do his job.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything.
He must have a good reason to burn that orphanage. I trust. Yeah, he could have been burning it down in order to build a better one. You know? He probably had his reasons. He definitely had his reasons, you know?
Oh, sure. You got it.
That map we found in the hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
Let's go straight to Dragonspine, my whole favorite place in this whole game. I love it. I love Dragonspine. Shit, this might have been the wrong place to teleport. Shit. Come on, Chaska. No! Chaska, why? At least it takes me a little higher. Whee. It should be this area. Am I being dumb? Probably. Maybe it's inside. Oh god.
Let's begin.
Yes. Cryo against cryo. Very inefficient, but it's fine. It's fine. I got it done. It's fine. It was a quick fight. Fuck! Forget about that all the time. Hate water flowers. I hate them. I hate them. Where the fuck do you want me to go? I don't understand. Fuck. You better watch out. You better watch out. Okay, warm up, and then back to climbing, I guess. Okay, that was a lot quicker. I just had to drag her ass up the fucking mountain manually. Whatever gets the job done, I guess.
We should be getting close.
Okay, now you react.
Look over there.
Things covered in snow, a seasoned adventurer. Gee, I wonder where the spot is. I wonder where the spot is. It could be this giant, massive ass crater in the ground. You move the snow and find a sizable hole underneath and large enough to fit a human body. But the hole is completely empty. The surrounding markings make it look like something was dug up. Did an animal do this or some monster?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies. But this location is different from the other two.
Okay, my question is, what's the point of dragging the bodies so far away from the actual scene of the crime? What's the point? Like, it's safe to assume that Albedo, for some reason, hypothetically, committed the murders at a separate location and brought the bodies to these locations. But my question is, why the fuck did he do that? Why not just destroy the bodies on the spot? Why create this whole hassle of dragging the bodies out in the middle of fucking Dragonspine or between Dawn Winery or wherever the fuck where he could easily have been seen? X marks the spot, but that's an O. Probably not. I mean, O could all you could be circling the location, so on the map it was an O, so it could be an O. But I'm just saying, why drag the body out all the way out here and risk being seen if it really was him?
Why not fill the hole? Or smooth out the ground like the other?
What the fuck was that? It was like, why not fill the hole? Or smooth it out like the rest of like, what the fuck was that? If one person did all this, why not remove the traces like the others? And if Albedo isn't the one responsible, why was this location marked in his notes? You return to the Knights Favodians, doubt swirling in your mind. I'm still questioning why the fuck they had to do like this whole drag the body out in the middle of nowhere charade. Like, why not just destroy the body on the spot? You're back. Did you find anything?
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
You tell Jean about your findings from Albedo's office. I see. A complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Yes, he asked for a retrial. Hello, Jeremy! There are still some questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearances of the bodies. The minimal remains that were recovered has been sent for forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
If the victims turn out to be Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes all the more serious. The second trial would likely have to be open for the public. And I doubt the public sentiment will be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious. Oh.
The second trial is to take place in 2 days. I hope you'll consider attending this one too.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
Of course he needs to drag the body. It's a dragon's spine after all. That's funny. That's funny. But like, it really makes all the evidence just drag on. You know? Eh? Drag on, dragon. I can do puns. I'm smart. I can do it. I can do it. I can do what I want. Well said. When the time comes, I'll carry out my duty to the best of the ability. Gene. Miles. Miles, what the fuck are you doing? Why not just make it for tomorrow? I suppose they need. I suppose for realism. I guess. Ugh. Ugh. I hate waiting. Why does this take so long? Why is it so slow? Come on. I'm impatient. Can you tell? I'm very impatient.
Jean, it's about time for the second trial.
Hello, Jean. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Back in the court again. Ladies and gentlemen, we now convene for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean Gunhilder, will once again oversee the proceedings. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged. Mr. Dahlia will continue to serve as the assessor. Ms. Hertha represents the prosecution. Kai is defense. Defendant is Albedo. Trial order. Blah blah blah. Ms. Hertha, have the investigators made any new discoveries?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains.
Yes, but whose?
In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time.
Ooh, yikes. Yikes on bikes.
Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T. The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Hanselman, male, 46 years old, marital status, single, occupation, hunter. Consistent with the conclusion in the last trial, his disappearance went underreported, likely due to his lack of relatives. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 years ago. The damage on the femur bone Mr. DeLuc found is consistent with such injury. Therefore, we conclude that one of the victims in this case is Hanselman. A specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemical and magical, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed? In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act. In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Another one, huh?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward.
Why the fuck were you there?
I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop near Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk.
Most likely
And
stalking
that's
D.
when
Luke.
I saw Master D. Luke. I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body. I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master D-Luke in the first
So
place.
that's why you're acting so weird.
If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation.
Did you even have a crush on him at that point? Like, if your crush is that weak, that as soon you see something weird and immediately like, oh, if I hadn't had a crush on D. Luke, I would have never saw that over him immediately. You know what? Actually, that's fair enough.
Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But
I see. Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna. And there's the crush. The court thanks you for your courage and commitment to justice.
Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
A special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on that subject. I will now present it to the court.
Wait, does she mean...
The evidence we found in Albedo's office. Not locket. What? He doesn't have a locket. The following are pieces of evidence uncovered in Mr. Albedo's office. The most important of which is this map. Today's lesson: never have a crush on anyone, or else you'll witness someone hiding a body. This map was found with the defendant's notes. The markings correspond with the description in the letter and the locations of the crime scenes. Does that mean does this map belong to you? Yes. Oh boy. Were you the ones who marked these locations? Yes. Do you realize this is basically an admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. Damn. Since you uncovered that compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
What I always have. I've never killed a single person.
Ugh, you have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Miss Hertha, you've presented a meticulous and convincing case. I'll give you that, but I will not admit to something I didn't do. Damn, if only this was voiced.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
That's rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking in his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses. I'm exercising patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Perhaps not, but patience comes with its own reward. It's easy for things to remain buried in snow until someone comes along and brushes it away. Albedo seems serious but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untoward? He mentioned brushing off snow. Is that supposed to be a hint? If it was a hint, it might have something to do with Dragonspine. Which reminds me, one of the locations marked on the map we found was in Dragonspine, wasn't it? Traveler, you were the one who uncovered the notes, right? Then I'm assuming you're the one who visited the third location marked on the map. Tell us what you found. You nod your head and give an honest account of the scene you found on Dragon's Spine. Whatever is kept in that hole is gone, and the surrounding area bore markings of an unknown creature. With everything covered in snow, no one knew there was something to discover in the first place.
Then, there must also have been a body.
You have no proof of that! No one said that there was a body! Interpret. Third location marked was in Dragon's Spine. We only knew that because we found the apartment. Hole in the snow, claw marks, no body, no remains. Second marked location between Dragon's Spine and Dawn Winery. Luke saw buried the body of an adult male. Same blah blah blah, same thing. Testimony is trustworthy. Found teeth and a femur bone. Interpret. Single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric, blah blah blah. According to forensic results, teeth and femur bone were Mondstadt citizen. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones? Does that mean he's the killer? Do you have anything to say in your defense? Albedo. Jury, compelling. Yes, go on, Albedo. Look, he's so pretty. You have no choice but to agree with him. You know? You know what I mean? Differences between the marked location. Albedo marked these 3 locations on the map found in a hidden compartment. There are some similarities and differences between them. Based on what we know, all 3 locations were likely used to hide bodies. The holes dug in each area certainly seemed big enough. But unlike the first 2 locations, there were claw marks around the hole in the 3rd location, and no witnesses saw anything happen there. Dragon's Spine is home to all manners of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creature have dug up the body, but why wasn't that the case in the other locations? The marks didn't look fresh, which means the hole at the 3rd location had been there longer than the other 2. But if the hole at the 3rd location wasn't made around the same time, does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? Oh boy. A lot of information. Most people know Albedo is an alchemist and a captain of an investigation team, but in truth, he's a creative prince, a synthetic human created by one of the 5 sinners, Gold, Right, and Daughter. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people agree with that assessment. He's also a calculated thinker, blah blah blah, committed crime, would be well concealed. But till now, Albedo has never Interpret. Dragonspine has a frigid climate and is covered in snow all year round. Even so, it's home to various monsters and creatures that can withstand a cold. Deep within, blah blah blah, Durin, dragon, blah blah blah. I almost forgot. We almost forgot about that last time we had a clone of him. Guessing Albedo has a plan, so I should help him out. But what does he want me to do? Announce and break in the case? No, I should play it safe. Since I made an honest assessment of the facts, I should be honest about my doubts too. It's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo is trying to tell me just now. I'd like to address the court, if I may. I was the one who investigated the office, and I believe the results raise a few questions. Yeah, like, what if this is the fucking fake ass bitch in Dragonspine again? Like, literally Eula and Amber, as well as Bennett, were there. Like, 3 very credible people, 2 of which were also Knights of Aphonius. So why hasn't this been brought up? Regarding the 2 cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that, after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state. But that wasn't the case at the 3rd location. The hole was still there and had dirt scattered around the perimeter. It looked more like something had been dug up. If this was all done by one person, why wasn't the 3rd scene given the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces removed? In addition, the marking around the 3rd locations weren't fresh, which suggests that the dragon spine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe that there's still reasonable doubt in the case, and I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. Astute as ever.
Questions there may be, but allow me to
This was
confirm.
obvious.
There is
I
no
wonder why
evidence to
people didn't
suggest
point this
that
out.
Anyone besides the defendant knew about the 3rd location, and the map was found in his notes. That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect, unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
Allow me to respond to Traveler's point. If all I cared about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Miss Herta, and deny any connection to that map. But that is not what I intend to do. This map does belong to me, and I did hide things at those 3 locations. What? Okay, we're just straight up admitting it! Those were indeed bodies at each location, and I did kill and bury something at Dragonspine.
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his
He didn't
crime.
say he killed someone, he said he killed something. Not someone, something. You're mistaken, Miss Hertha. The story doesn't end there. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest on Dragonspine, someone who wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of the region to eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead, and buried the body on the mountain, the 3rd location on the map.
Actually, the traveler Amber, Bennett, and I were with Albedo that day. The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area. If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people.
No, you're wrong.
You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear?
If you would let me finish, Miss Hertha, I could get to the important part. The man who attacked me on Dragonspite was my height, with blonde hair, blue eyes, dressed in clothes nearly identical to mine. So someone who happened to look exactly like you? Exactly like him. So I was right! I was so right! Fuck y'all, I'm right! This does come back to what happened then.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh, now you don't want to be here.
Regardless,
Look, if you're gonna accuse someone of murder, at least stick it out to the very end. Yes, I killed someone that day, someone who looked nearly identical to me, but I never said that person was a person. I see, then it appears I need to withdraw my testimony.
What?
Everyone! I brought her!
Wait, you...
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
What's going on?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face? Hello to you, too.
As you can see, this is Hertha, the logistics captain of Knights of Favonius.
I see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up.
Look, Loki, I had a feeling that this Hertha wasn't. It didn't feel like Hertha. The real I didn't say anything because it's been so long since I talked to Hertha. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I shouldn't say something and make myself look stupid. But I had a feeling. Trust me, I had a feeling that this wasn't actually Hertha. I had a feeling. Trust me. I'm not lying.
You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Order in the court. I've been stationed at Dragonspine all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies, the dragon Durin. Several hundred years ago, the Dragon of the East, Dvalin, defeated Durin in battle with the help of Barbados and sealed his remains on Dragonspine. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not a true end for him. His heart still beats and grows more revitalized by the day. My imposter on Dragonspine was a failed specimen abandoned in Durin's stomach, an unsuccessful iteration of the homunculus project.
Homunculus?
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from
No, not
Dragonspine.
changelings, because changelings were actually alive in the first place. These are homunculi. They're artificial humans.
So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle. You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
The two of you look identical, but judging based on the demeanor. Yeah, like Full Metal Alchemist. The new arrival actually seems more like the Hertha I know.
That means nothing. By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the Albedo in this room of being an imposter. How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real Albedo long ago. Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
Holy shit! Hertha has a backstory that's more badass than I thought it was.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh?
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused?
Holy shit, Hertha's a badass.
You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
No,
The scar is right here.
Why the nerves? I can't imagine this coming as a surprise. Unless your informant in the Knights of Favonius failed to mention the scar on Hertha's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
No need to panic. You can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? Or should I say, the spawn of Durin's life force has that ability. A powerful life force, an appearance you can change at will, yet here you stand, formless one, paralyzed to act, because you're worried that using this power would affect your accomplices. Accomplices? Then Miles must be one of them. There are others too, most of them beings under the influence of Durin's life force gathered here, and yet their presence is what impedes her from taking action. If you attempt to transform, all who surround you will be affected by your power. You can't control it because in the network of living things, you serve as the core.
Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way.
Oh shit.
Hey, they're shielding the imposter!
She's trying to get away. Stop her. Don't let anyone stand in your way. Yeah, kill them all. Kill them all.
Must be more people under her control.
Time to get moving.
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
After her!
Well, at least now we don't have to worry about Albedo. It's time. Time for what? All units out. Third company, keep on the imposter's tail. We finally have a chance to talk, but before I explain the events of the past few days, I'd like to make a few things clear. First, I never killed any of my fellow citizens, and I've never used human remains as a part of an alchemical experiment. Second, the events of the past few days were all part of the plan. Most of the members of our order were in it. As for the witnesses, Master Diluc picked on the situation long before the day's proceedings. That's a pretty involved plan. Indeed, follow me. Let's go! Hell yeah! Albedo's innocent! Keep scratching my head.
What? How are there monsters in the city?
Uh-oh, Skadios. We're all monsters from Dragonspine. An attack is imminent, but fear not, we've been preparing for this. I don't think trial's gonna end by a judge saying, everyone get her ass. But, I don't know, man. I feel like that's how Legally Blonde, I've never actually seen Legally Blonde in any form, but I feel like that's how it should have ended. I feel like that's how Legally Blonde should have ended. I've only seen one clip, but I feel like that's how it should have ended. We've been monitoring the resurgence of Durin's life force. Its festering nature agitated these monsters. We knew it was only a matter of time before they advanced on Mondstadt. So we made preparations for an inevitable battle. I was hoping you two could join me and provide assistance in the battle to come.
Of course. Where's our first stop?
The top of the city wall. Let's go! Let's not question anything! Oh shit. Mona Jean! Hello!
Master Jean, headquarters should be secure for now. We responded in time and had enough manpower. We can even spare some for mobile support across the region.
My divination revealed that there are also regular people under influence of strange power. Not all of them are monsters. Yes, for those people, the aim is to subdue, not harm. Before you attack, make sure you figure out what you're dealing with.
Understood.
Let's go! This one's closest. Whee! Don't ask me what I'm doing. I don't know either. Oh, fuck.
Hey, Betty!
Shoot, someone's coming. There's no use in pretending.
What's with the freak out? It's just us.
Bruh. Sorry, I thought you were just regular citizens. It's about time. I think we can proceed as planned. I agree. Though it's been a while since I've dealt with something this big, it's gonna be pretty exhausting. Don't worry, I'll treat you to a drink for your troubles. That's what I wanted to hear. Yes! Me and Venti have something in common. We're both fucking alcoholics.
So, these two know the other's identity then?
People can make friends when we're not here, you know. Monsters started surging from Dragonspine during the trial. They soon become agitated, likely in response to the corp coming under pressure. Still, I never expected those monsters to become this advanced. To aim to kill, subdue, not kill. It's pretty hard when you're using swords and stuff. When you become really good at it, you become the master swordsman. You can subdue like a samurai and not kill something cool like that. I don't know. The power of evolution cannot be underestimated. What? Thank you for subscribing! I don't know why that... I need to fix that later.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witnesses saw was true. I did hide those bodies. As I monitored the situation on Dragonspine, I noticed that many who ventured there came back different. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones had already been devoured by monsters, who then assumed their appearances to infiltrate the city. Most of those who were replaced had no close relatives, so when their behaviors changed, there was no one to notice. The monsters used their disguise to get close to people. I eliminated 2 who attempted to attack.
What about the remains Diluc found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
Yes, the monster slowly digested their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid in the transformation. All that remained of the first victim was a few strands of hair, and the second some teeth and bone. The only bodies Albedo destroyed were the monster's mimic forms. Then buried whatever remains of the victim to put them rest. Well, someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the putrefaction of the bodies. After we defeated the doppelganger Whopper Flowers on Dragonspine, we promised to tell each other a story, remember? You told me the story of a gardener, I remember. I'm glad. Then you remember what I told you about Subject 2? In his pursuit to replace Subject 1, he transformed into a Whopper Flower into Subject 3. So there was another imposter on Dragonspine that day. Yes, that would be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried his body on Dragonspine. So you see, at one point, there was something hidden in that hole you found. But Durin is becoming more vitalized by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monsters dug up Subject 2's body and returned it to Durin's stomach. Durin absorbed the failed creation along with his knowledge and way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from his power had the ability to transform their appearance. Humans who ventured into Dragonspine for too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence. But those effects don't show themselves right away, and the extent of which a person has been affected is hard to perceive. You saw for yourself, didn't you? Blah blah blah, the people had exchanged. Durin's power remained dormant until then. Seized control. Forced a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash the power, and those under its influence would become violent, and thus we would know who was affected.
Wait, so what do we do? We can't go around hurting innocent people.
That's why I'm here. It would make me look bad if I just lazed around after promising to help. We'll use the power of Animo to restrain them, subdue them without harm, deal with them later. Alright, that's the long and short. That's a pretty long explanation though, to be fair. It's time to activate the thing. Ah, yes, the thing. Time to activate the thing. Ah, yes, the thing. The holy liar of whatever.
Wind currents? Paimon's never seen this many.
There should be wind currents across the whole city. Everyone, can you still hear me? Loud and clear. What's your status?
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support.
You've mentioned that.
Requesting assistance at the side gate. Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication! How is that even possible?
This is very useful. I wonder if he could, like, I don't know, teach someone how to do this? It's all thanks to Lord Barbados. With this blessing, we'll succeed in defending our city. Actually, if you face away from the current and whisper like this, no one can hear you.
No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
You had to broadcast that.
Huh? That voice. Venti? Is that you?
Oops.
Oh, you know, I'm just a wandering bard calling out for help. Thank goodness the traveler Paimon and Albedo found me. Got me out of a tough spot. A very tough spot. So tough, it was an epic battle. We just barely won, but we succeeded over the enemy. Woo, let's go. Thanks, my friend. May the animal park. What the fuck is that in the background? You are the animal icon! I got things covered here. Wee. 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 This feels like a roller coaster. I don't like being in the middle of this. Like, especially on a bridge. Oh, look! Look who it is! It's just fucking... Da, 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 da. It sounds like me when I'm going to get a snack, a sweet treat. It's just like da 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 da. Sweet treat. Da 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 da. Phew, that was a close one. I suppose the things are in order. Bro, boy, these brothers, man. This is just like them. Bruh, you were just... Bruh. Kaya just wants to get out of there. The first trial. No, because of you. What did I do? Was my defense not passionate enough? No, you weren't nervous enough. What does that mean? Tell me then, Master Diluc, when do you think I actually get nervous? Suppose we'll see. On second thought, best not to think about it. Oh boy, we have to fight using him. I'm sick of you fucks. Die. Fuck! I missed! Fuck. I'm gonna be, to be fair, I'm not used to using Diluc. I've never used Diluc. I've never used Diluc, and I hardly ever use, and I haven't used Kaya in like ages. So, that's my excuse for dying there. Had time to make it out here, and guessing the other areas are secure.
What? We can't be here because we care?
Maybe this was just a close-up spot to the city gate. Maybe it's right in front of the city gate. What the fuck are you talking about? My coworker just told me a story about another coworker somehow locking himself in a room for like half an hour. How does that happen? How do you lock yourself in a room for a half hour? A whole half hour. How does that happen? Maintaining the main road means maintaining control over the battle as a whole. You made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All under control. My trusty civilian volunteer and I have this area covered. I think you mean the man who held the title of cavalry captain before you. You don't have to bring that up. Keep up the good work. We'll go check on the status of the other locations. Good luck. Oh, I wanted to... Believe me, he had his suspicion since the first trial. Suppose it didn't feel right to believe that someone who helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded killer.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Thank you for trusting me and choosing to fight alongside us. As for you, Kaya, good work as always. Let's go! Let's go, let's go. No more of the stinky fighting brothers. Fischl! My girl! Barbara, doing her best as always. I love Barbara. She's so cute. Oh, we're really...
Oh, protect us.
we're really... So we're really just going through character battle. I don't know if I like this, to be honest. Cheer up! Cheer up, bitch! Come on, get up! Cheer up! Come on, guy, get up! Get up! Get up! There we go. Yay! Alright, you should be on the mend.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing on the front line, are you? You're still injured.
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Well, maybe we can give you a hand. As you said, the situation outside is chaotic. Injured parties should not be left unattended. There are others here who need to get back to the front line, so I'll escort you there all myself.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosaria.
Just doing my job. I'll leave the cathedral to you then, Barbara. You can count on me, because Barbara's always been Miss Reliable. We love Barbara. We stand Barbara. I don't really know how all this started, but I just know that Jean and the others been preparing this for a really long time, so I think everything will be alright. No, it has to be! Did I catch you at a bad time, Barbara? No, not at all. Did you need something? I wanted to tell you that over the next few days, a lot of things are going to be happening in Mondstadt, attacking and fighting, so I need you to take care of yourself. Huh? How do you know? Albedo warned us in advance. It has to do with Dragonspine. He's our authority in that region. We'll take it as his word. Dragonspine, huh? So the city's gonna be in danger? Yes, but the Knights of Phoneus will protect the people, blah blah blah. Who will protect you? Don't worry, I'll look out for myself, I promise. Please let them be okay out there. Of course she's worried. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. I stand Barbara. She's so cute. Hey, Noel. Benny, my boy, my baby boy, Benny. Mika and Amber. Jesus. What the fuck do I do? Wow, I actually fucking hate this. Why is Amber's attack so slow? Like, damn.
I'll race you there.
Ah, we know it's itchy. Oh shit. I forgot. I didn't see Mika in my party. I keep throwing a bit short. This is a little bit better.
Leave the wounded to me. Go, Barrett Bunny.
Die already! God damn!
All units are now in position.
Hertha! Oh, jeez, your voice.
What? Still caught up in the imposter incident?
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead. And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
It's quite a scary thought. I get chills just thinking about it. Monster replacing someone close to you? You'd be none the wiser. Don't worry, once this is over, these monsters won't be a threat to us again. Albedo, are you okay? Did something trial, whatever. So you didn't know, Amber? It seems that Eula did an excellent job keeping the situation under wraps. And no need to worry, I'm no worse for wear. Sounds like Eula, alright? She's an impenetrable wall, that one. Not getting a secret out of her.
Yeah, for sure. She's someone you can really count on.
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
It was Kaya's suggestion. He said the plan would work best with someone well known and reputable without being too high profile. Naturala? Damn, I must be hungry, cause fuck, Naturala? It sounds like a fucking, sounds like something like a spread, like Nutella. Fuck. Naturally, Miss Hertha was the perfect choice. We needed someone to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with the idea that she would just disappear. So that explains the rumor that someone had fallen during a mission. Of course, it didn't take long for that to be resolved. No, because the imposter fell right into our trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some sort of incident. The news came from Kaya and Hertha's direct subordinates, which was important because we needed it to be credible. The imposter saw the gap in our ranks and couldn't help but take the bait. It didn't take long for the fake Hertha to appear on a nice patrol route, claiming to have survived her mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
Jesus.
Whoa, so this has been a long time in the making.
How long have we been gone? Damn. Yes, and And our enemy was more meticulous than we expected. Monsters had been searching for Hertha's body in order to protect the imposter's identity, which is a more advanced way of thinking than Subject 2. So we had to wait long enough to convince the fake Hertha that she had our trust. Furthermore, we needed to give her time to gather evidence against me and convince herself that she had enough to strike.
But how did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters?
There's an informant among our ranks.
Don't worry, Barbados already tracked her down. She doesn't have his blessing, so she can't hear what we're talking about right now.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart attack. All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself!
It was to be expected. I couldn't just reveal the truth. It had to be at the right moment, or it would have given the imposter even more fuel to use against me. She would have demanded to know how I knew about Dragonspine and monsters in disguise. And if my true identity got out, the public's trust in me would be gone. It was a trap, you see. Argue back and expose my origins, or keep my mouth shut and be seen as a murderer. Credit where credit is due, it was well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner.
Indeed, and I have you to thank for that. You probably don't know it, but you've been a part of his plan since the beginning. Me, and nobody stopped to tell us? Damn. For that, you have my sincerest apologies. I know I kept you in the dark, but I had a reason. Which is, this might not seem intuitive, but I did make it to make the plan even stronger, okay? From the beginning, I knew I had to leave the letters in my office for a fair and independent reader to discover. Someone willing to seek the truth. Naturally, I thought of you. I knew you returned for Windbloom. I knew you would agree to attend the trial. Aww. He thought of us. Aww. And I knew your sense of responsibility and justice as an honorary knight would compel you to start your own investigation. The fake Hertha, Subject 2, has met you on Dragonspine before. If she thought even you had lost faith in me, her confidence might get the best of her. Perfect time for us to strike. Albedo's right. You were part of our plan from the start. I hope you don't take offense at our decision to keep that from you. And please don't be too hard on Albedo. He was just doing his best to look out for Mondstadt. Enough people were involved in the plan as it was. We had no other choice. The Honorary Knight will always be friends. The Honorary Knight and Paimon will always be friends of Mondstadt. We will never forget that.
Aw, that means a lot.
Thank you for thinking of me. He's so sweet. He thinks so highly of us. Aww. Thus should be thanking you. Cheesy.
Wait,
Cheesy.
just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
I don't want to interact with anyone. I'm not gonna lie.
It's you.
Oh my god, it's been a while since I've played. With Albedo. He's so much fun to play. I'm not gonna lie. I love playing with him. Come into being.
It happened a lot before?
Unleashing lightning on people? No. Once in a while, though, it feels good to let loose, though. It's only natural for a student to inherit their teacher's way. After all, mine was a gentle old man from the Spatmad school. I only used the gentle methods. It's fine. It's only gentle. It's a gentle amount of electrocution. I'm not shocking people. Just a little zap. Just a little bit.
Huh. Gentle electrocution.
It's fine. Eula!
It's all my fault. I knew Klee was fast, but disappearing like this?
Oh boy.
Albedo, Traveler, Paimon.
I love talking shit about bad coworkers with the good coworkers first day at work. It lets off steam. I get how that is. My own coworkers do that a lot with me. Though I don't really participate too much. We're providing mobile support across the region. Was there something you needed to explain? You can tell me anything. I hope you know that.
Yeah, plus we kinda already heard.
Klee, she disappeared right under my nose.
Wait! Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty!
Right, fighting first, conversation. We're doing fucking epic poses. Okay.
She was right next to me, and the next thing I knew, she ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second.
Oh shit, fucking Klee shit coming out of nowhere.
Coming to be, witness my great undertaking.
Those bombs. I see what you mean. She is not to be underestimated.
Has she not met Klee before?
Albedo, you can't be serious. Camping. Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little ears.
I know, Klee's just a little gremlin. She's a little baby. He's a baby.
Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
Aw, you look surprisingly good with kids. Klee, yo, you, I love her. Look at her face. Hello, Klee. And up we go. I probably should have done more of the side quests, but honestly, I couldn't be bothered. We're back! Should be good for now. Good work, everyone. How do we do injury-wise?
We're back!
Amber?
Yay! Everyone's okay! Aww. By a few people, she just means one person. My work isn't finished, I'm afraid. I have a few loose ends to tie up. Like killing a few more imposters. Yay! We win! Now everyone fuck off! It's our turn to speak. Does that mean you saw me running for my life? No, apologies. Forget I said anything. Just kidding. You're right, it was a tough one out there. I almost lost my hat to the wind several times. Any notable information on the wind? Of course. I went out to the city wall and noticed for a few, and I was out on the city wall for quite some time. I heard all sorts of things. As for something notable, well, I picked up an anxious voices and a child's anger. Durin has been isolated for centuries, but absorbing Subject 2's emotions allowed him to understand certain truths about the world and his existence, including the fact that he's no longer his mother's only child, or her most perfect creation. It's obvious he found that fact difficult to accept. The emotions he felt in response were quite genuine and, dare I say, human. If I eliminate the perfect creation, I will be the only child mother needs. The mindset arose out of Durin's instinct to compete and survive, and came to dominate all those around him. Of course, the absorption of Subject 2's knowledge allowed him to take a more intelligent approach, accusing me of murder. Of course, that's the only possible method to get rid of him. In the end, however, Durin still lacks sufficient social intelligence. The fact that his army even got this far is a miracle.
Oh, no wonder Venti sensed a child's anger through the wind.
With voices, it seems like they don't want to wake anyone up and are just mouthing words to each. It really feels that way. It feels like there's an empty space. There's mouthing things. That same feeling. It's close. Phonia.
Oh, nothing much to report, actually.
Is that so? During the battle, we were talking about your transfer to the 7th Company. You were in charge of patrols and post-battle reconnaissance this time. How did everything go?
Good. No problems.
See, if you don't mind me asking, why did you come from that direction? Why are you alone? Did you think we were still meeting at the side gate? There was a change of plans. We sent the message over the wind the last few minutes of battle. There were a lot of changes during the operation, but I imagine you missed those as well, since you're under Durin's influence, and you've been since your trip to Dragonspine over 6 months ago. Yeah, run, you little bitch! Well, I guess I can't fault her for being under the influence of Durin. Don't move. Let's continue this discussion back at headquarters. Don't be scared. I'll figure out a way to free you from his power soon. Yay, we did it! Alright, the others are looking after Phonia. Please tell me you can help her. I can, as long as the rest of the operation goes as well.
Wait, the operation isn't over. What do we do now?
What happens next is more of a personal project. I've consulted Venti about the possibility of calling a tripartite conference. Ah, yes, it's a relatively new tradition. Grandmaster Varka came up with the idea a few years ago. I still remember when he approached me about asking the lovely ladies of the Hedrigsichel for a small favor. The chumminess caught me off guard. If I hadn't known any different, I thought that he was talking about his older sisters or something.
Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something?
I wouldn't exactly call him young, but he's not old either. He's the type of crack a joke at every opportunity, so whatever that is, whatever age that is, it's like peak early dad age, I think. It's like early to mid 30s, probably, maybe late 30s, somewhere around there. Whatever age is the average age of a dad. Anyway, the Tri-Party Conference is a gathering of 3 parties: the Hedrigsichel, the Animal Archon, and the joint forces of the Knights and Church of Favonius. Lord Barbados was able to facilitate a meeting between Varka and the mages. Varka has quite quite a way with words, so he is able to gain their favor and convince them to agree to a very important request. Namely, in that Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages will return and lend their aid to our nation. Yes, and now I have a request of my own. I need the conference to convene once again. Venti, if you would. Of course, traveler, pass me the Dodo communication device. It's such a mouthful. It's hard to pronounce sometimes out loud.
Huh? You're gonna use that thing to call them?
Why not? I mean, it was originally Alice's. Watch and learn. Okay, I think this should do it. He's so cute. Look at his little face.
What's that ringing? Is it the wind or something?
Hold on, that's not the right voice.
Wait. Barbados?
Varka? Grand Master. Oops, I put in the wrong number. What is this, a telephone?
Considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so.
Well, have fun with that. We can talk some other time.
Alright, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I? Just take it from my stash. I keep it in...
Shh, we gotta keep that secret. Can't go on stealing his drinks.
Hey! He was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash!
Don't tell me. Hid under the great tree of Windrise. Seems like a bit much.
Hello? Who is this?
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Yes, mumbled device.
Venti?
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. You really gonna tease me like this? Fine, it's Barbados.
Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbados?
Remember the tri-party conference, right? I'm calling on behalf of a friend. He's asking for a meeting.
Oh? And which brave soul is it this time?
It's me, Aunt Alice. Albedo, Captain of Knights Favonius, investigation team, request a formal meeting with the Hentrixical.
And what is your wish, dear Albedo?
I want to accomplish something unprecedented.
How unprecedented. Something even your mother Rhine-daughter never accomplished?
In terms of technique, no, but in terms of location and materials, yes.
Okay, that makes no sense.
Yeah, what the fuck, Albedo?
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Right where? Here? Is in the office?
Hello,
Oh, she's so cute! She's a little Donegal. The tail looks so fluffy! It's almost as fluffy as mine. Almost as fluffy. Mommy, sorry. Mother, sorry. Female parental guardian, sorry. Her voice. I swear to God. I swear on my life that when she gets an actual character design, she's gonna be hot. I promise, I swear. I hear it and I see it in my inner mind. My mind's eye, I see it. Hello, Aunt Alice. I see you turned yourself into a giant Dodoko.
Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
It's so fluffy.
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while. On behalf of the Hexen Circle, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time. Just come find me at the long table when you're ready.
Aw, that's nice of you.
I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Thank you, Aunt Alice. Before we set out, there's someone you need to meet. Head to my office, he's waiting for you there. Oh. Okay. We'll do this. And then I think we'll probably just end the stream. Just a quick short stream. Didn't have a lot of time.
Hey, have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed?
Well, I wouldn't know that because we've never been allowed upstairs.
Hidden around here somewhere.
It's him! Mini Durin!
Mini Durin? What are you doing here?
Well, actually, it's Mini Durin, not Durin Mini. Actually, I've been helping out you guys in secret the whole time. I tried tapping Paimon on the shoulder during battle, but you floated way too fast. You were there? Yeah, I've been in Mondstadt for a few days now, but I've kept myself out of sight. I thought people might be scared of me. Then where the fuck is Scaramouche? Where the fuck is Wander? Shouldn't he be with you?
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you. So, what brings you here? Oh, is it Windbloom? There are a ton of fun games this time of year.
I did sneak off to the festival for a bit. Even though I couldn't play the games because of all the people, I still had a lot of fun. But that's not why I'm here. Albedo and I made a promise to accomplish something great together.
What do you mean?
I'm going to replace the Durin of Dragonspine. I'm going to be the one who is revived and brought into the world.
Wait, didn't that already happen? You left the storybook world, and now you're here.
Sorry, I should be more specific. Albedo said he can use alchemy to turn me into a human.
What?
Oh shit, so he's actually like gonna be given a design and everything. Okay, I think I remember seeing a little bit of this on X or Twitter. Human transmutation. So you're Albedo's intended subject. Yeah, he's been working on it for a long time.
That's what you want, Mini Durin? To become human?
I don't know if want is the right word. I don't even know if there's a right answer in a situation like this. But I do know that I have much of a right to this name. I don't want to lose to another Durin. Becoming human isn't as simple as changing forms. I know, Albedo talked to me about that. He said that the Durin on Dragonspine is a lot more aggressive and primitive, almost like a beast. But Mom created me in this storybook. The pure parts of me can balance the evil parts of him. If I'm honest, I don't know what that'll look like if I can still be me once I become one with the part that is him. Maybe without a complete soul, there was never really a me to begin with. Albedo said that these kinds of questions are normal. We're all just trying to figure out who we are. But I'm not afraid of change. I want my life to have meaning, and suppressing an evil dragon, becoming human, both sound pretty meaningful to me. So don't worry, no one's forcing me to make this choice.
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to him. We're kind of in the same boat, you know? Albedo told me he's the creative prince, a synthetic human, and if this works, I'll be one too. We'll be one of the only two kinds of in the whole world, alchemical creations allowed to live in human forms. If all living things are grouped together by species, there's only one other person like me in this world, I guess that makes us family. Aw, that's cute.
Definitely. You've just gotta trust one another.
Well, I guess, do we really count Wanderer? I think I count Wanderer.
Actually,
So I guess they don't count him.
Does your friend Hack Guy know about this?
Yeah, I told him. I told him I was here to come and fulfill this duty. He didn't try to stop me. He just told me to get a move on then. Didn't sound it outright, but I think he supports my decision. Maybe he even thinks it's a good idea to go through with this. It sounds like him. I'm a little scared, of course, but I'm excited too. Anyway, I'm really glad I got to talk to you at a time like this. I feel a lot better now, so thanks. Alright, we're gonna end it here. Thank you so much for watching this short stream. Are they live? Let me see if they're if she's live. No, unfortunately not. So we're just gonna end it here. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye!